That's the problem with fake Israelites. Fake Israelites surmise a bunch of BS in their mind without having no facts. Everything, and first of all, big shout out to Captain Makad Abraham and the whole entire Black Party team. Captain Yatazar, Captain Katazar. You understand? Once again, amazing captains in the work of the Most High, always handling their business down to perfection. Big shout out to Iraq, Kazak, Ahmad, everybody that got down on that whole program with China Monai. Fake Israelites is mad. I'm glad they mad. I'm glad that they mad as hell about what went down with China Monai and how successful that that performance with her and all the brothers was. And this was one of my goals from the beginning. From the minute I saw them create the Black Party and they had the awards, the brothers had the awards, right then and there, what I wanted to see was brothers and sisters who were into the music in a right way, bringing forth the truth and bringing forth righteousness, get to express themselves. And what else was great about it was what I finally was able to see, our brothers who lay down tons of great music on the stage with, a paid performer. And it was a first step and a big step of changing music altogether. And she was, her song. Now, of course, I don't know her personally. And I'm sure everything that she makes she's not an Israelite. She's an entertainer. But that song that she created was extremely powerful, went viral because it cut into the evil that the monsters who control black music love to see. Instead of you fake Israelites, instead of people looking at, at least this sister is pushing something in an extreme positive way against the wave of what's going on. Look at the entertainers that's out there that's female right now. Gorilla, I think I call her name. Sexy Red, so many others. They pushing a program that comes from the slave master. A program that says, put something out there that trashes men. Put something out there that makes you look like a whore. Try to be like a whore. Try to profess a whore way of life. And we already mentioned on many shows that both the sister from the City Girls and Cardi B both showed out that they didn't want their daughters caught up into that lifestyle, which shows you that they were doing it for the money. Now, here's the thing. This young sister dropped a song that's the total opposite of what they pushing, and she's getting notoriety from it. Instead of you fake Israelites really looking at the real enemy, like you ain't mad at the, billion-dollar corporations that's putting all these songs out, that's trashing your woman, turning your woman into a whore, turning your daughters into a whore. I don't hear none of that. But the minute the ISUBK, you understand, home of the truth, the minute I okay a party with China Monai saying a positive song, now you mad. Now all of a sudden, you in her inbox trashing her, you trying to trash brothers and sisters in the truth. You know what I'm saying? And what was amazing was a ton of you fake Israelite sisters who were supposed to care about these type of topics, you got in there and hated on her the most. You hated on her the most. Okay? And listen, I could go on and on with the story because one, her whole crew said they was never treated like this before. They said not only were they never treated, you can check with Captain Yatazak, who was dealing directly and at many times with them. They said nobody treated them, and Cap Makad as well. They said nobody treated them like this. The way they were treated with security and with respect, the way they were fed and treated at the hotel, the way we do brotherhood in here, sisterhood. All we did is what we do with every brother and sister. We did the same thing with them. And they was moved by that. And remember, Christ said that's how you would know that. And they was deeply moved by that. So it was a positive thing that happened and went down. The brothers saw it, they saw it. Okay, they said that they never knew that this world of ours was so big and so positive, and brothers and sisters was so righteous. And it was a beautiful thing for them to see it, because guess what? This sister decided to make a positive song against the wave of being a hoe. And because of it, got backlash. And it was sad that you fake Israelite groups, you backlashed her as well. I'm going to give you some scriptures on it. It was sad that you backlashed her as well. You played her as well, which was crazy. That you went and got yourself caught up into the same thing, which shows that really you had the spirit of the world on you. That you wasn't in the spirit of the Lord. You understand? You was in the spirit of the world. And that's why you reacted. You was filled with jealousy and envy over the Israelite school of UPK, which you should not be. We've been saying it for the longest. I've been saying it for the long. This is the home of the truth. This is the gift that was handed down to us by the Lord. I didn't do it. The Lord did it. But you went out and tried to create your own idea of religion and twisted it and changed it and took on demons. And now you in an evil spirit when something righteous and good has come along. This was a righteous act. Is everything the sister do right? Of course not. Of course not. But guess what? Everything you did before you came in the truth wasn't right either. You was old wicked, wretched, hoe ass, you know what? Before you came in here as well. You was doing all kind of dirty, evil things. You ever think about that? You ever think about how you should have come back to your womanhood and your righteousness and your discipline? And if you have, then how you gonna hate on another sister that's trying to come out the world and participate in truth, you understand, even in this small way? Now, that don't mean she gonna come in the truth. She may go out there and go all the way the other way once she get a good record contract. She's an entertainer. But for this moment in time, she did a great positive thing for both the children of Israel, the ISUBK, and for those of you who, should have been on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? That should have understood what it is that was going on. My bad. In here working on this place. Just had to take a minute out to drop this on y'all. You should have been positive about it, but you was negative about it. Okay, let me show you a scripture if I could. Get Exodus 15 and 20. And here's what it says. It says, and Miriam, what I'm about to read to you was during the Exodus. And this happened right after the Lord destroyed Pharaoh's army. And Israel was finally relieved from Pharaoh's army. Here's what the scripture said Miriam did. Miriam being the sister of Moses. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand. A timbrel is like a small musical instrument that you use in your hand. Today they make tambourines, but the original tambourines started out as timbrels, little small clicking tools that women click the beat with. You still see them today in belly dances and stuff like that. Well, all of that came from us like everything else. It all came from us. Anyway, she took this timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. They saw that she was going out in the right spirit because of the victorious day that we had when the Lord destroyed their army. And guess what? The sisters went out with her. This sister came to the Israelite School of UPK to perform a positive song. And instead of you sisters in the world coming out with her, you turned on her. You didn't encourage her. You didn't tell her she was on the right path. You didn't tell her you should join the school now. You should look more into this. This is great for your path and your career. Instead, you tried to trash her. You tried to drag her back into what she was in the world. And you better understand the Lord saw it. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You should see that the Lord saw it. You was not acting like a woman at that time. You was not acting like the woman that the Lord raised you up to. You was acting like a bratty ass, jealous ass, evil sister. That's what those of you that did that did. You understand? Them sisters went out and danced on the victory of the truth after coming out of captivity. You understand? The sisters in the UBK, they jammed when that sister came on stage. They was in there singing the song with her, jamming with her, because the song was a simple song, but the song was a positive message that never gets sent out here. It was a positive message that never gets sent to bring sisters back to who they was. These sisters out here is talking about you can't even take them to certain restaurants. You understand? But she was talking about she cooked and cleaned. She was trying to push a positive message. She cooks, she cleans, has relations, and she shuts up. And those are the elements that destroy a marriage. Those elements that she pushed positively are one of the main elements that destroy a marriage. That is why you don't have no man now. Why you don't have no man, why you don't have no kids. When Israel is struggling to come out of captivity and we get positive victories, that's the time for the sisters to come together and come out and dance and to come out and make a good song. This sister made a good song. Was every sister that came out of captivity perfect? Hell no. The Lord had us go 40 years in the wilderness until he wiped us out. So them same sisters that were singing and dancing, they wasn't all righteous, but they understood the righteousness of the Most High. They understood what the Lord had done for them. And brother, let me tell you something. First of all, if you hating because you wasn't at that party, we understand now why. Because that party was the bomb. It was an amazing day. And first of all, let me clear something else up. Another thing before I get to these other couple of scriptures. That was not the Passover. That was the Passover week is what it was. That party has never been the Passover. That party is called the Black Party. We do that party every year. And it's a beautiful experience. Everybody gets to loosen up, have a drink. They're just getting off the plane, getting into the city, preparing for the Lord's wonderful Passover. Everybody gets to sit down, have some food, some drink, party. They see each other. Brothers and sisters see each other online, haven't seen each other in a whole year in many cases. Tons of new sisters that come into the truth who you hear about and see all online. And, this is the first time you get to see them in person. It's like you already know them. You never even met them before, but you see them in that black party. You like, yo, what's up? Same with brothers. You understand? Which makes the party so daggone beautiful, man. Which was a genius idea by Captain Abarian, because it gave us a chance to loosen up. You just getting in, you just seeing brothers and sisters. You got duties to do. You understand? And because of it, the entire weekend went smooth like butter. I mean, smooth as butter, which I'm going to talk about more on my Monday night show, because a lot of brothers and sisters that have to be thanked for the great works that they did. You know what I'm saying? One big mention is Captain Ty War. Captain Ty War orchestrated that transportation, which I was like, how is he going to pull this off? Because where the Passover was at, and where the hotels were at, was a very big distance. And he had to organize those buses, have everybody together, put them in a positive attitude. No incidents. No incidents. Not only no incidents, but room for everybody that went. No shortage of room. Okay? Plenty of room. Him and his team even coordinated the times. Well, like I said, I'm going to get more into it on Monday, but they did a great job. They did a great job. I commend that captain and other captains too. Wait till I get to the rest. So powerhouses did some great work. But what did you do? You sat at home. You sat at home like a piece of garbage and hated. When all you have to do, listen, you got a gripe. I heard some of you got gripes, this and all that. Bring the gripes to me. You understand? And everybody knows. Anybody in the Israelite world already knows what type of brother I am. You know I'm doing nothing but pouring out love and brotherhood and sisterhood. That's all I'm trying to do. I know that that's the weapon that will stop Satan from dividing us. The weapon that will stop Satan from dividing us is exactly what Christ said to do. Love the Lord with all your heart and all your soul, and love your brother as yourself. So I deploy that every day. I deploy it among us every day. And because I deploy it, we hold this body together. While you having splits over splits over splits and turning on each other, hating on us, putting out evil comments, why don't you make a change? Why don't you say, you know what? I ain't going to do this no more. I'm going to go up there and see General Yahanna. You understand? You act like you can't come and see me. Come on up and see me, man. Get yourself together, brother and sister. Okay? Because you taking a dump on something that was so positive. And again, it was not the Passover. Not only was it not the Passover, but it was just a party, and the sister came right. The sister wore all black, a black dress, you understand, came in there, performed with respect to what we were doing and respect to the ISUBK, and you hating on that. How you gonna hate on that? You understand? How you gonna hate on that? You go digging up old pictures of her. Listen, you better hope nobody dig up old pictures of you. You better hope nobody put out no videos of you. You don't understand what the Lord said when he said, whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. You should remember what the sins you've done. You should remember all this time that's been passing, that you have not been in the body of the Lord, and that the Lord's body been growing exponentially. Okay? So you need to look at all of that, and everything we put our hands on this weekend, that past weekend, turned to gold. Everything we put our hand on turned to gold. So why don't you be like these positive sisters was with Miriam, seeing the positive step in the right direction, and we're going to be exited out of here, and being positive for once in your life, for once in your miserable, wretched life. Why don't you see the silver lining in something? Some of you so full of demons, all you see is the evil that you have in your own mind. Let me get you another one. This is Mark 6:22. Okay, and here's what it says. And when the daughter of the said Herodias came in and danced, the daughter danced, she pleased Herod and them that sat with him. The king said unto the damsel, ask me whatsoever you will, and I will give it thee. And he sware unto her, whatsoever thou shalt ask of me, I will give it thee unto half of the kingdom. You understand? But she was a wicked broad. She was an evil broad and did an evil thing with her ability to dance and please Herod. What did she do? She went back to her evil ass mother. Listened to her evil ass mother and turned around and asked for John's life. She got a man killed to please her mother for the ambition of her position. But she used the dance to do it. Well, guess what? China Monai used her dance to be positive. It's a lot of brothers out there in the world right now. They in the world and they going with a woman that is treating them like dog meat. They going with a woman that's treated them like trash. You know, because you was in the world, and you brothers know that women was out there treating brothers like trash. The record industry is spending millions to make sure they reinforce that whole entire attitude so that women could be negative towards brothers, demanding, abusive. You understand? Beating the spirit out of men. And many of the men's spirit is broken already. Why? Because their mothers have already beat it into them since they was 5 years old. Now they're a grown-ass man trying to be positive, do the right thing, you know, be a family man, take care of your responsibilities, yada, yada, yada. But what they don't know is that a lot of these women out here are full of demons. And them demons they filled with is about praying and destroying on these brothers. What China Monai helped do was this. She made a song to tell a brother what it is that he should be looking for. That he should look for a humble woman that's willing to cook and clean, have sex with him, and shut up. A lot of you women using sex against your husband like an evil piece of garbage. You using sex against him. You coming against him. You blocking sex, cutting him off, but you in his phone though. You all up in his phone. You chasing him down. You want to know what's going on with him, where he at. You call him the minute he get off work, but you don't want to give him none. Why? Because you're using it as leverage. You're using it as leverage to break him. So he can get up under you and do what you want him to do, which is almost always leading to something evil. That's why we got the ghetto and the condition is in. So damn that. She was saying to them brothers, and listen, she got up there and used her womanly charm and her beauty, just like this woman did with Herod. Only she used it for the left-hand side. A lot of you are dumping on it for the left-hand side. But what if a sister or sisters began to use this womanly charm for positive things, for righteous things, to give these young brothers the strength they need, to teach them how to set the stage right? There's ways, like the Lord said, that a man will learn from the ways of the righteous ways of a woman. I'm paraphrasing. What if that happens? See, you can't see the big picture because you're full of demons. That's why you can't see the big picture. You understand? You don't understand my moves. I'm 10 steps ahead of you because you don't understand the righteous spirit. You would know. Those of us in ISUBK, they ain't shocked at nothing I do. Anytime I make a move or make a statement or make a tape, they totally get it. You don't get it because you 10 steps behind me. That's why. And you 10 steps behind me because you don't want to shed that evil in you. You don't want to look within. It's something I've been teaching for years. You got to look within you. You got to fix you. If you fix you, we good. If I fix me, we good. If all of us fix us, then guess what? We got less chance of doing evil to somebody else, to one another. Why can I say that? Because I was the evilest one. That's why I can say that. I can say that because for that very reason. Okay? So, I ain't saying it to be puffed up over you or be proud. I don't care about none of that. You understand? I don't care about any of that. What I care about is whether our 12 tribes wake up and be prepared and we have something against the day of evil, because that day is coming. They're breaking out in war all over the world. And the Lord's nations should be built and set up. Another positive story. I don't have the scripture here, but I'll tell you a little bit. Was the scripture show you what you sisters did? Man, I might need to pull this scripture. What you sisters did was so evil. Look, I'm gonna have to pull the scripture because I got to show y'all this. What you sisters that went against it, and you brothers and you fake Israelites, what you did would anger the Lord. What you did, trying to come up against me and what I'm doing and how positive I'm trying to bring it. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, that was so wrong to do. But I'm going to show it to you right here. You know what I mean? Let me show it to you here. Go to John 11 chapter. You understand? Wait, bear with me. I got it wrong. Oh, man, let me try to get this thing for you because you need this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you this part. All right. You ain't gonna understand much of it, but I give you what I can. John 11:2. Here's what it says. It says, "It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick." Now feel this for a minute. Christ had went into a city and was sitting there talking with the brothers and sisters. And the people that was hosting said, "This cat's supposed to be a man of God. Don't he know he's sitting with a sinner? Don't he know he's sitting with an evil woman?" And Christ came in and checked the hell out of the dude and said, "You didn't wash my feet. You didn't do these positive things, but this sister did do them. And this sister did these things, and she gonna be remembered in this truth." And let me tell you something. You done gave China Monai more fame with your negative evil than ever before, because she came with something positive. She came with something strong, something desperately needed. Why you didn't make a song like that? Why you didn't go out and record it and then put herself out there catching hate mail from everybody? You understand? I'm not defending her on a personal level, but you should have saw the bigger picture. Christ didn't know this woman. but she washed his feet. You understand? She washed his feet, but he didn't know her. But she washed his feet and took care of him. You know what I'm saying? And because of it, you understand? He said she would be remembered. You know what I mean? She would be remembered. You know what I mean? Let me read it. It's Luke 7:44, I believe, is where I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? All right. Check this out. This is Luke 7:44, and it says this. This is a whole, after the incident went down and Christ went and he's clarifying for this proud ass piece of garbage at the time. You understand? Who was thought he was something special and righteous, but was not at the time. Christ corrected him. Here's what he said. And he said unto the woman and said unto Simon, Simon being the one who did it, seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath washed my feet with tears and wiped them with the hairs of her head. Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, hath not ceased to kiss my feet, my head with oil. Thou didst not anoint, but this woman hath anointed my feet with ointment. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven. She had many sins. She was wicked as hell. But the Lord said her sins was forgiven. Yahushua. For she loved much, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. So this sister was he said her sins were many. But she came in there and was totally positive towards Christ. Saw he was positive and looked out for him and did the things that the so-called, people who think they know was supposed to know and didn't do. So what does that say for us? What does that say for you who hated on China Monai for no reason? What does that say about you? What does that say about your spirit and who you are? You need to rethink who you are. You need to rethink what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because everybody that quotes a scripture don't know what the hell they always talking about. This sister was positive and was bringing something that supposed to make you encouraged, because you could, everybody, ain't an Israelite fake or real that don't know that these record industries is putting out music to destroy the hell out of us. You trying to tell me they don't know? They do know. They do know. They know exactly what the hell is going on. They know. So this is to come with something positive. You gonna trash on them? Christ didn't trash on this sister. He said she had many sins. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, this sister was Lazarus' own family member, whom Christ came later and healed Lazarus. So she got more out of it than the average sister. She got her own brother healed, her own relative raised from the dead. Stop thinking carnal. Now's not the time to be full of hate and discord. That's what your slave master wants. He wants you full of hate and discord. That's why we came out in the wilderness of Egypt full of hate and discord. You don't want to be that. So get yourself right. Get your spirit right. Now let me give you one more, and I'm going to let y'all go. All right. Matthew 11:16. Whereunto shall I liken this generation? This is Christ speaking. It's like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children. Wisdom is justified of her children, man. We the children of wisdom. We know what we're doing. I knew what I was doing when I hired the sister. I knew what I was doing when I was excited over the fact that she made that positive song. And let me tell you something. What would be so joyous is for sisters to come back now and be allowed to make great music that encourages brothers and sisters, that encourages brothers to be strong. You know what a sister making a song about making brothers strong is going to do for brothers? Oh my God. You know what it's going to be like for sisters that make songs? See, you a slave mind. And in a slave mind, you don't think you can change anything. I look at that whole music industry and all that, and all I can think of is how I would like to wipe it out. And I have no doubt in my mind that I could totally change it and turn it over if the Lord's will be done. I got no doubt in my mind. But see, you just capitulate to that garbage. You don't even see the great things the Lord do. You've been, like he said, these are like the children who have chimed to you and piped to you. But you don't get it. You don't hear it. You don't hear the what is necessary to fix the situation that we in. So that's it, man. I'm going to get up out of here, fam. I just want to highlight y'all for just a second, you know what I'm saying, and talk about what was going on. I'll see y'all next time. Sure.